Yo, y'all already know what time it is. PVM. I'm one half of the team. I go by the name They Dug Me Dash. Guys, it's Wednesday night. We about to get it in. You know how we do. About to bring you a new topic for you to sink your teeth in. Tonight, we're talking about recycling the ex and the friendship. Recycling relationships in general. Do you bring back a person you once had history with? Do you move past the reasons you let that person go out your life, or do you allow a person a new opportunity to present themselves to you? So we're gonna tap into a little bit of it all today. Jeide, what's up with you? We're gonna tap into it all. Let me type up this topic and then send out a few requests, and then we'll start up this conversation. So, besides that, how's everybody doing? Obviously, y'all can see my eyes. Yo, I'm having a week, but not a bad one. Just a week. It's been very tiring, very, very draining, but it's been very fruitful in itself. So for those who don't know, I just started the smoothie business. Fly Mouth Smoothies. We have the smoothies, the juices. Juices for just enjoyment, smoothies for your weight loss journey and for your weight gain journey. Also, just for pure enjoyment as well. Got those on sale starting June 10th. Honestly, been selling a few the past couple days. So honestly, I'm kind of open, even though I'm technically still supposed to be closed. So definitely stop in, support. Show your love. Try something out. Maybe you might find something that you might enjoy. Let me take care of your needs for you. There we go. Ooh, Jeide, you already sent the request in. Perfect. So I'm going to bring you in. We can just start up this conversation right here. As I'm bringing Jeide in, sending out a few more requests. So to those that's entering the room at the time, how y'all doing? What's the vibes? What's the energy looking like? How's your aura unfolding today on this Wednesday evening? Jeide, what's good with you, Prince?
Hey, shit, dog. We gotta roll, man. Lady, my my lady,
Ooh.
like, yo, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, my bad. Send her my apologies.
you know what I'm saying? How you living?
I'm good. Despite how I look, it's been a fruitful and enjoyable week. It's also been super tiring and taxing. You know, and that's why I'm starting to adjust and enjoy what the tangling of the two jobs, especially like the smoothies, because honestly, I'm not gonna hold you, Jeide. I honestly didn't expect it to pick up as fast as it's had so far, and it's been good. Like people been showing real love. The guys at the job slowly have been tapping in, buying smoothies. Like I got a couple smoothies I gotta make for them tomorrow. So once we off this live, I'm right back to work for a little bit before I get to really settle in for the night. But it's good though, it's a blessing to have this struggle,
What's up, man? I'm happy for you. That's happy for you. Divine, what's going on with you, love? Who Mello? What's going on, King?
Yeah, thank y'all for tapping in. So let's get into the shits, because honestly, guys, this episode might be a little shorter than how we typically do. That's my fault, like I said, I was oversleeping, but we still gonna give you an episode, and we're gonna definitely tap into it. So today's topic was actually brought to us by like a number of factors led into the creation of today's topic. I should say. Um, First, shout out AP, friend of the show, blog. So I was actually like late night over listening to her podcast that she has with her husband. And they were actually discussing the same topic, like recycling, giving a chance to your ex that you once gave. And like as I was listening to it, they was dropping a lot of gems, and I was just like, you know what? This is kind of perfect where I wanted us to go anyway, as far as like conversation piece. And as I was like listening to them, AP's husband said something that caught like my attention, but also the attention of a girl who was in the store at the time, because I was over listening to them while I was shopping for products for the smoothies. Yeah. So when she heard the comment, that kind of actually started the conversation between her and I about like giving exes a second chance. And it just so happened she was in the process of doing that, so she kind of was just like, "Oh, okay," like she heard the comment, and then like she gave her take on it, and I told her about us, PVM, and then that led to the conversation. And then she kind of revealed to me that she was in a situation herself where she was like trying to figure out like if she should give an ex or not a chance, again. So I kind of got honest with her, and I shared with her like, I'm in the process of having a conversation with my ex about possibly, seeing where that may go, But like I was telling her, like, even though I'm having a conversation and like my mind is somewhat open to it, is a lot of hesitancy because of our history, and what we already had before. So like in my mind, it's like trying to separate what was done in the past from what is now, and creating that dynamic. And then I was just like, what, this is just a beautiful topic to kind of bring to the people and see, who else is struggling with this, and, bring this to the forefront. So how you feel about the subject and all? Like, first of all, like.
Oh, I gotta preface it by first saying I'm shot the fuck out, y'all. So this is me. You know what I'm saying? This is me. You know what I mean? Sexy 69 chocolate, what's going on with you, love? 22 times what's going on, King.
Say, don't spin the block.
And look, and I ain't gonna hold you. My response is really in the likeness of what Sexy 69 Chocolates just said. Don't spin the block. And my thing is this, right? So I'm really my mommy's child for real. Like, my mom's disposition as well as mine are in light where it's like, yo, we tolerate a lot. And we tolerate until it gets to a point where it hits a bubble or it hits a and then whatever happens after that happens. You know what I mean? We take until we can't take anymore. And after that point, you know what I mean, no matter what the circumstance, the situation that got me to that point is, you know what I mean, I can't look at you the same. You know what I mean? And I was actually on the phone with my lady and we was having a conversation about this topic, you know what I'm saying? She was like, well, what if somebody cuts you off? And I was like, I gotta eat that. Like, it is what it is, because at the end of the day, I feel weird. Like, I put it like this. I can respect dynamics changing. So if, you know what I mean, let's say I went out with somebody before and then, you know what I mean, years later we come back around, but we just like, passerbys in the night and we just cool, we just keep it pushing, but it's still love. Or, you know what I mean, we end up working together on a project or whatnot. That's cool. I just can't see me going back to something that was, because I'm the type of person where it's like everything in my life is purposeful. So if it loses its purpose, it can't come back trying to be what was. To me, that's regression. That's just me though. You know what I mean? It has to be something different.
You don't feel like it could be someone's purpose to come back into your life at some point? Like part of your journey was to separate, to come back? No?
I feel like space could be held for somebody, but in that case, I don't think it would be, let me put it like this. We had a conversation a while ago about like breakup and shit, you know what I mean? About what breakup means, you know what I'm saying? And if we're breaking up, that means something to me. I'm a semantics person, so I take words very seriously. If we're breaking up, that means something. If we're taking time, that is different from breaking up to me. I know people like to use taking time.
Yeah, explain that difference to me, because I always hated that term.
Taking time for me literally means that you are holding space for the other person while you're doing what you're doing for yourself. So taking time for me don't mean go ahead and go run fuck everybody that you wanted to go run fuck and then come back to this person. That's not taking time for me. You know what I'm saying? Taking time means, hey, I'm really going to work on myself, or whatever it is that I know that I want to work on, so that when I come back to this space, I'm going to come back fully who I want to be to service you. And it's not going to be, you know what I mean, another thing where it's like, I don't know how long. I'll put it to you like this. Let's say high five. Let's say that African butterfly, what's going on with you, love? Let's say high five got a bag for something, right? And let's say I had to go to California to go and ensure that the bag for high five was going to be proper, right? So that means that and I had to go for a year. Anything involving Philadelphia, anything, I wouldn't be a part of for an entire year because I'm going off to California to make sure that I bring the bag back for high five. That doesn't mean I go back to go back. That doesn't mean I go out to California and I go run and waste my energy and my resources on every Tom, Dick, and Jerry that, you know what I'm saying, that gives me an opportunity or whatnot. Because if that's the case, I ain't focusing on the bag. I ain't focused on high five no more. And it doesn't mean that I go out there and if another opportunity comes, I just say, fuck high five. I ain't coming back. This opportunity better. No, because I went out there with a purpose. I went out there to get a bag. I said I'd be back in a year. I'm coming back in a year with the bag. You know what I mean? That's how I look at taking time versus breaking up. You know what I'm saying?
But with during that time of taking time, you figure out like there is something better. There is another option you want to pursue instead of staying on that purpose of with that person, trying to fit together. So what do you do there? How does your mind need to shift to that, or does it shift? Like, or are you so locked in on the purpose that you just like, you know what, this is the path I set for myself. This is who I see myself dealing with, and you just play that journey out until it's over.
Well, that's a great question. You got to know yourself. You know what I'm saying? You really do. You got to know whether, because look, let's keep things all the way funky. Opportunities are everywhere. You know what I mean? You will literally find an opportunity that on paper might be better than an opportunity in which you're engaging upon. You know what I'm saying? On paper, this shit might better hours. On paper, more money. On paper, you might get equity. You might get a lot of shit that, you know what I mean, talks to your heart, talks to your mind like, oh shit. But what does it yield in the long run? You know what I'm saying? What does it yield as far as what you know that you're building for yourself? Are you being placated so that you can help to build another person's empire? Or are you focused on what you know you need to build for yours? You know what I'm saying? At some point, there has to be a yield. You know what I mean? So you're absolutely right. There could be an opportunity that comes in your way that's better than what you're, you know what I mean, dead set focus on or whatever. But once again, you gotta weigh the options. And if you just so happen to take that opportunity that's better from where your purpose once was, you have a responsibility to be communicative with your significant other or whoever. You know what I'm saying? Just letting them know, look, this is where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? Ain't no wishy-washy, ain't no flippy-floppy. You got to be on top of the communication necessary for people to know, hey, this is what's going on so that nobody feels like they let on.
True. So let me hit some of these comments before we go any further.
Sure.
So Devine, she said, but what if you can't find what you used to have with that partner?
What if you can't find what you have with that? Yo, that's a scary thought, honestly. That's a scary thought.
That was about to be my next question about this thing, because like I have noticed like a lot of times when people are like recycling, their ex and they're going back to the situation, they are going back with the mindset of who the person used to be, not even, allowing for the growth that the person went through during that time of separation. Like that's why I was asking about the question, like, is it possible to come back? Because sometimes you can just not be ready for a person at a younger phase of your life. Like you're not necessarily bad for them. It's just you just really aren't ready to get that person what they need, or even fully know yourself yet to offer someone anything. So like it's not always necessarily a bad breakup that led to the breakup. Sometimes it's just maturity. Sometimes it's just age. Sometimes y'all just weren't meant to be at that time. Like, but I have seen people, and like I also felt like I've been in situations where I felt like like destiny was kind of like positioning me to be with certain people, like calling their purpose back to my life. Like that's why I was kind of wondering, like, has it ever happened to you actually, like, where you actually had that experience, like, where you actually had somebody come back in your life that wasn't in your life for a while, or, you know, that you did share that connection with, that you might have liked, and like, you know what, ending wasn't as bad, or it wasn't unfixable to the point where, like, the idea of giving you a second chance isn't, you know, insane, you know, like it I couldn't see how it could make sense, like, if I gave you a second chance, as opposed to, like, this person is so toxic, like, me giving them a second chance is me just proving I'm toxic. I just wanted to shoot more so from that perspective.
I feel you. And, you know, I gotta give you credit for what you're saying as far as, you know what I mean, like a breakup not necessarily being a negative thing. Because, you know, we have such a negative connotation towards breakups, because usually breakups mean
It's a
that
bad thing,
fucked
yeah.
up, exactly, like somebody fucked up, you know what I mean? So no more. But there are instances in which there are breakups where, you know, doesn't make sense at the time, you know what I mean? Or one person or both parties, they really do need to grow. They really do need to find more about themselves and be in touch more with themselves, and certain things that will allow for them to love and to care and to be more aware and mindful in a romantic and an intimate setting, you know? So in that case, you know, it really depends. It really depends. I can't say that I've had that, because most, I want to say not even most, all my breakups have been intentional. Whether I was the one that they broke up with or I was the one who did the breaking up, all my breakups were intentional. You know what I mean? And I'm not, when I say they were intentional, I mean it like this. I conceptualize things in such a way where if somebody breaks up with me and I know it's for the better for that person, I'm already going inside my mind and rationalizing what I need to do for myself. Not so that I can get back with that person, but just the shit that I know I need to do for myself. So that's why it makes it hard for me to think of coming back. You know what I'm saying? Because I look back and, you know, like, let's say 5 years down the line, let's say an ex that broke up with me wants to come back and try to rekindle. And let's just say I wasn't in a relationship and an ex comes back and tries to rekindle, I'm really gonna be stuck on stupid. Like, why? I don't get it. Like, you broke up with me for this reason. Okay, if you broke up with me for this reason, A, you don't know where I've gone to grow where I've grown. B, you don't know what came with that path that I took. And I also have to question, if you've been stuck on me for the last 5 years, then why break up with me in the first place? And my brain just does a lot of stuff. It really talks to me in weird ways when it comes to certain things that look like we're going backwards instead of forwards. You know what I mean? And I say it looks like we're going backwards and moving forward. You know what I mean?
So Sexy 69, she said it's a retest, if anything. They just want the access
Mm.
to you. And then she followed that up by saying they're X for a reason. So basically what you were just talking about kind of really stuck out to me. Especially the part about just like their ex really not knowing you, or really like holding that place of who they remember you to be. You know, like that's really the thing that really stands out to me, like when recycling an ex, because that's the mindset most exes have. You know, and even that reintroduction to each other is weird, because like you know the person but you don't know the person, so it's weird because like you already kind of have these assumptions of who you think they may be or where you think they may have led, but you kind of got to fight. And honestly, I'm just put myself there. I'm gonna put myself on the chopping block and use myself as an example. That's really where I'm at, you know, like battling from who I know her to be, from who she is as a person, versus who I'm learning her to be, you know. And also like trying to allow space where it's not from a judgmental side, it's just from a sense of, okay, this is who you are, you know, and just learning you, like, because like I'm not even gonna hold you, like it's sometimes even when we have conversations it get a little awkward, but it's more so from my end from me, like doing like how you said, overthinking the situation, because like you said, my mind will run and it's asking questions. And the question you asked about like why did you break up with me if you're still holding space, that runs in my mind because it's just like, okay, I'm trying to remember, okay, why did we break up when we were younger, you know, and what changed for me in that time, you know, that would put me in a better position. So if we did rekindle things, I'll be wiser. And then I got to think, all right, from your perspective as well, like, and then factor all that in. And then I'm still trying to figure out who you are. So it's like a lot of things where I'm just like, you know, it's the process, like you said, like taking your time, building the foundation, allowing one to learn one another before I'm actually either making the decision of whether this is something I want to or I don't want to continue pursuing, you know?
Yeah.
That's
So,
where I'm at.
you know, in Hollywood, right? And it's the film industry in general. It actually is like the entertainment industry. I could say the entertainment industry, like books, films, fucking plays, whatever, right? There's a thing, all know it, that part one is usually the best. Part two is almost never better than part one. Part three is usually the one that sucks the most. You know what I'm saying? And I feel the reason why is because part one was the original. Part two, it hangs its hat on what part one built as a foundation. So part two becomes imaginative. And then part three becomes, well, let's just get the bag because we know that this is going to yield us A, B, C. You know what I mean? So it's not even about the essence no more. It's not even about the core no more. You know
That's
what
the money grab. That's
I mean?
always the money grab.
You feel me? It's just like, we know if we do X, Y, Z, it's going to get us to A, B, C. All right, let's just do this, get to A, B, C, and then, you know what I mean, whatever happens afterwards happens. So I liken it onto, you know what I mean, situations like this. I feel like the initial relationship is the part one. Like Sexy 69 Chocolate just said, it is a song never as good as the first time. You know what I'm saying? The first time is beautiful, it's great, all the magic that could be created, all the mystical feels and everything, boom. You know, if it wraps up and then we go to a part two, the challenge is, and not to say that this can't be a thing, but I'm saying that the challenge lies in where can we reimagine the essence of something familiar into something brand new? Because we can't bring the old into the new. If that's the case, then why the fuck are we making a part two? If I could just watch part one, if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? I feel that's how I feel.
No, that's real. So Sexy 69 also said, pray that God reveals their true intentions and discernment to make the right choice from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I see that part. I feel like you can't deny. Like I feel like time will always reveal that, and it's really just the impatientness of like wanting to pursue something or wanting to be in something that really that's saying with that situation. Like more times than not, like time is going to reveal anything that you have a question for. Like it's just a matter of when. Patient. Problem is like if you're like me, you're impatient or you try to make time move at your pace, and that's the issue, Like, and that's something like I personally know. Like I have to keep that on where I'm like mindful of myself. Like, okay, I like to speed things up, or like I like to skip certain chapters. Where I'm just like I'm doing as you're saying. I'm laying the foundation. I'm just, I'm being bored with it. I'm taking one level at a time. Understanding what each one possesses, and learning what it takes from there and go from there. But it is tedious and it is challenging because like a lot of a lot of finding out about a person is finding out about yourself, and determining what you will and what you won't allow, as opposed to like not trying to control a person and allowing them to at least be an authentic version of themselves.
Got a plan? What's going on with you, King? So another thing that I want to add to this as well is, and here's the idiosyncrasy that separates how, where I am versus the potentials of what could be the benefits for those who decide to recycle. You know what I'm saying? I am extremely word sensitive. I am really careful with my words. You know what I mean? Because once I say certain things, especially now more than ever, I say certain things and things happen. So I have to be careful with my words. So if it comes out of my mouth, I quit you in any shape, in any way, shape, or form. You have to die to me for you to come back to me in a way that it'll make sense. By that I mean obviously not 6 feet under die, but you have to go and have to be such a different person that when we come back together, it's not where we were. It's in a completely different dynamic. You know what I'm saying? So because that's how word heavy I am. I'm really, really word heavy. So I'm not the type where it's like, yo, we break up and then, we come back and then it's like, all right, never mind. I was just playing or whatever. Not even I was just playing, but all right, cool. Even if this person has showed themselves to be so changed that I feel that, this could be something good, I'll still be haunted by my own words. I'll be like, all right, so the only way this can make sense is if we can't be what we were. Like, either we're gonna be either partners in a business or we're gonna be strangers that are cool. Something has to change and something has to be nuanced in our dynamic for me to be able to look at you. I think the notion is respect. That's what it is. That's another thing fucked up about me. The notion is respect. Because
Yeah.
the reason I'll be able to respect you is if I look at you differently. The last relationship I was in, I actually told her this. I was like, yo, I believe it was a conversation. No, not the last relationship I was in, the relationship before that. We had a conversation regarding the potential, and I let her know. I was just like, look, it can't be because if we even attempted to do it, you would have to be such a type of person to me. You wouldn't be you. And if that's the case, then why are we fucking with each other? I'm telling you that you would be somebody so completely different from who I know you to be that if you fucked around and became that person, I'm using you. That's a roundabout way of me saying the only way I can fuck with you in this context again is if I was using you. You know?
That's bro. That's bro. All
But
right,
that's
so let me ask you.
that's me.
No,
That's me. That's me. That's my crazy ass way of thinking.
no, I like your perspective, Jeide. Like what you're saying is really real. Like, and it's. Don't get me wrong. Everything you're saying, I'm resonating on. I'm feeling because I'm actually either exhibiting or like it's something festering in me that feel that same vibe. Um, but I do want to get your take because I definitely feel what you said about the power and the time, and I have been mindful about that. Like that is something like I've been trying to be more mindful, like as I got older. But do you hold the power and what they say as well, like the same extent? Because that's really where I'm at. Where it's just like as you were speaking about, I was just like, yeah, I have done it, but it's more so I'm holding what she says more to keep, and that's highlighting more. And like even like I can just put myself in a position where I'm just like I can think back on multiple times where I've had conversations with different women I've encountered, like where I have let certain things slip by, or I haven't like been as mindful to each situation as it goes, you know. But now I'm like locking in, and at times I do feel like maybe I'm being a little bit overcritical of every word that's being said, and I feel like I'm diving in too much, as opposed to like should I just continue letting this play out, or like, all right, I'm gonna use this for example. It was something that she said to me the other day that caught my attention, but like in a bad way. But instead of reacting to it negatively, my mindset was, you know what? I don't know the full scope of everything that transpired, so let me just sit back, allow space for the situation, allow it to unfold. Now, part of me is just like, yo, pack your bags, run for the hills, close this door. Like, but like another part of me is intrigued by like, you know what? Like I have seen change in this person, since we've gotten the chance to, you know, kind of get reacquainted. So am I going to allow that change to, you know, am I going to allow myself to see that change some more, or am I going to really like restrict her to who I know her to be, you know, and be like, okay, you know, like no mas.
I feel you. What's going on? What's up, love? Von Brown, what's going on, King? So, to answer your question, it depends on how it resonates, because a part of that is as well giving accountability to the other person's word, because that's how you actually respect their power. You know what I mean? Because life and death is in the power of the tongue. So if another person says XYZ regarding the dynamic of the relationship, and you abide by that, or you respect it, you acknowledge it, that's you acknowledging their power. That's you looking at what they know that they contain within their tongue, and you abide by that. Like, for example, you know, the homie that once was my brother that I told you, you know what I mean, that, you know, I had to cut off because where I was and where he was, it just didn't match. And then when it came up to a point that he was snapping on me, and he said, the last voicemail he sent me, he was like, yo, on God, we don't got to talk again. Well, you put this on God.
Yeah.
We don't got to talk again. I'm going. I said that we should go on our different ways, and if we grow and we come back, we grow and we come back. You said on God, we don't got to talk again. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to respect your tongue. Ain't shit us to talk about ever again. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta be the loneliest MFer in the world right now.
Oh, wait, why you say that?
Oh, man.
Because I'm not lonely, but I think every 5 years you need to evaluate your circle. And if there's no growth for your own and self-improvement, like, look, either you're gonna have to step it up, or I'm gonna let you go. The reason why I felt the need to request to get on here is I recently had a situation I'm not gonna go into too many details on. Sometimes it's best to keep the past in the past. Some people are like in church, they say some people only good for a season. So when you elevate or you are a better person, you're not the same. I got around a guy I went to high school with. We joke around all the time. I seen him at the gym, and I was like, this got to be the most serious man I met in my life. Who are you? Understand, man, sometimes we chasing ghosts. I reconnected with a chick I had a thing for in high school. When I chill with her, I'm like, I don't know who this person is. It's been 10 years. I don't know who this person is. I ain't smashing, but it's like, you know, you know,
like, shit happened. Like,
you know how we do.
She was still looking good. Like,
I took it down. You know what I mean? I don't know who you are, but I still took it down. You know what I mean?
That's a part of testing the character, you know, making sure y'all pass still alive.
Exactly, you know, gave her oil. You know, like she had to check the dipstick real quick, you know, see the oil was high enough, you know what I mean? I smashed, but it was like, she's not that person no more, bro. She's broken. She was in an abusive relation. Life changes people, bro. And you gotta be real cautious. I say all the time, you gotta be real cautious with your energy, bro. And the wrong person, like Carlito's Way, man, he got like, dog, he came home trying to change his life. He got all around all the old friends. And guess what happened?
He resorted back to his old ways.
Like, yo, you gotta cut it off. You gotta cut the cancer out. It's like, yo, it's a sad thing, man, because all you know, but you want to show people love, but like, nah, dog, stay over there, bro. It's all love. It's still love. I'm on a different type time, bro.
That part.
Like, recycle, I don't believe in that recycle, man. If you meant to be, put it like this, bro. I seen my man, Mike Larry. I don't rap no more. Mike Larry was one of my DJs. Mike Larry walked up to me in the gym. He just started the gym I'm at now. I've been to the same gym for 2 years. Mike Larry, what's going on, Vega?
Shout out to Mike Larry, yo. You're a dope DJ.
Yeah. He's a dope person.
Yeah, true.
He's like, what's up, Vega? I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? You don't know what that might see how like I didn't reach. Cause I know he worked out. I've been working out since I met him. I mean, since before he knew me. But there's a possibility that relationship we had as DJ and rapper may become gym partner. You know what I'm saying? But that's organic, man. Let things be organic, man. That reaching back and trying to, like, bro, it's like, dog, like them exes. I'm sometimes I think like, I wonder what if. It's going for a reason, bro. It's sad, man. You can love somebody.
How do you determine when it is organic as opposed to you deciding to reach back and give that person a chance? Like, how do you see that in yourself?
Like this. As opposed to thinking about the good times, think about the bad times. Evaluate that person by the bad times, not the good times. Because sometimes we get caught up in the nostalgia of the good times. Like, damn, remember that time we went to the pizza shop? Man. Remember that time we was walking down the street and then the guy, yeah, that was good times. Like, and then you forget about when she burnt you. or you forget about when she was checking for your homie, or you forget the time when she did something stupid to your car. Like, it's just like but you want to think about the good. Like, bro, it's a reason why y'all broke up. Sometimes like you could bring it back, but most people that bring it back, man, like it never ends well. It goes right. You broke up with that person for a reason. Like my ex-girlfriend, I lost weight. I started working out. Guess who's in my stories now? This goofy bitch.
Yo, nigga.
Yo. You're out of control, but I understand the notion and the fella. I'm like, all right, so we rounding up. Well, we're getting close to the 8:20 mark, and we was already running late, and I gotta let Jeide go. So I do want to give you guys like the lasting words, you know, on this topic before we wrap things up and call it a night.
Okay, so my last word is easy. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't even gonna do it like that. Yo, trust your intuition, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I know works for me is something that works for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I know it works for me for the reasons I know it works for me. So with that being said, let your intuition guide you. You know what I mean? Like, memories are all fun and well. You know what I'm saying? How things look like could, you know, they play a factor. You know, how things even may feel to a degree may lend itself some semblance of wisdom, but intuition is deeper than all that shit. Intuition is the voice that tells you, you know, you're walking in the middle of the night and you going through that alley. Intuition tells you, hey man, you might as well just book the next 2 blocks up that way instead of trying to shave off 15 minutes by going through this alley right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like intuition will feed you in a different way that's beyond all 5 of your senses. You know what I'm saying? So tap in, trust your intuition, and you know, let it move from there, man. And also, word to Sexy 69 Chocolate, you know, pray about it. You know what I mean? Like, for real, pray about it. If it's that real to you, as far as, you know, whether you don't know whether you're going to recycle or double back, pray about it. Send a prayer up, man.
So you're saying I need my own Sierra prayer?
Man, fuck Sierra. Real life prayer, man. Fuck that shit. Like,
how about you, Bob?
Sierra's prayer.
You know, it worked for her. You know, maybe my own incarnation of it. Like,
you gonna fuck around and get a shorty that look like Russell Wilson pop up at your door?
Nah.
That Sierra fucking prayer alone, nigga.
No.
Oh shit.
My thing is, don't eat the yellow snow. I know it might look like a lemon icy, But
what the fuck?
Oh. Hey, everyone's a little delayed. I'm like trying to hear that first, and then when it click, I'm like, wait, what?
It sound like you about to hit some Mr. Miyagi Eastern philosophy shit. I'm like, hello, snail.
Yo, nah, I don't know, man. I like, bro. Life is a journey, bro. I'm fucked up, man. I'm like, nah, bro. Life is, I'm fucked up, and I'm glad I have your friends are your friends for a reason, bro. Cause y'all think alike and they understand you to at least to a certain extent. This has been a rough week for me. Well, it's been a rough month and a half. Cause I'm an open book. I was about to go to the mental hospital yesterday or 2 days ago.
Oh, dang.
I was really suicidal, and I was just like, I'm sick of being angry and just not knowing where I'm going. It's like I'm the most, like, I'm not saying I'm super successful, but from where I come from, I'm successful, and it's like still not a happiness, and I'm trying to find that. And it just, life is a journey. You gotta figure yourself out. You gotta learn yourself, understand who you are as a person. And that's what I'm still learning, and I'm just trying to find where I'm going and all of this. But hopefully, I'm gonna follow my gut. Your intuition is God, man. Your gut is God. Listen to last time I like didn't listen to my gut. I ended up with the manager I had. I looked at this nigga like something not right, but I watched everybody else that didn't listen to my gut. And you're absolutely right. Your intuition, man. Listen to that shit. That's God, man. That's God looking over you, man. Only God selected a few of us, and listen to him, man. And I'm just trying to be the best version of you, and don't eat the yellow snow, man. Not good. R. Kelly got to it already.
Yo, all right. Dash, can you close this nigga here?
Oh, shit.
Hold on. Before I give it to you, Dan, I do want to give you your flowers, Vaughn. Thank you for that transparency. Yeah. I salute and I commend you for taking the initiative to your mental health serious. That is something that a lot of us need to be proactive about in this community. So we send our flowers to you. We respect and we salute you, brother.
That's real. And even just taking the time to identify that in yourself, like that's real. Like, you don't know, you almost had me about to tear up, just about to start your story, you know. So I'm glad that you only gave us like a clip notes, you know, because you could have had me over here crying up a story, crying up a river.
Oh, them golden showers in the snow, man, make you tear up, man. I get emotional about it too, man.
No,
sometimes you got in it, man. Swim around in it, man. See what it might be a little tangy, but you know, you get used to it.
My lady gonna kill both of y'all niggas because I got on her back. So,
okay.
One.
When you gonna do the big reveal, the gender reveal?
What gender? What the fuck are you talking about?
Girlfriend reveal. My fault.
Oh, I'm about to say, man, I'm not homosexual. You think I mean, I understand. Thank you. You know, I am.
Nah, man, I try to tell niggas, man, I'm a BBN, a big beautiful nigga. And
I feel, and if I ran that way, maybe me and you might have something, Vaughn. You know what I mean?
Every time, bro. Gay niggas, no, big and tall gay niggas like me, bro. And it'd be weird, man. And it's like, nigga tried to buy me a drink one time. I took it, but I'm like, yo, I'm not into that.
Yo, wait. Hey, shit, dog.
So
I see why these bad bitches be doing it. Like, I'm like, yo, I finessed him for a drink. I get it. I should have got a date out of it.
Hey, listen. If you ever
that's wild.
I consider it with you. I consider a bromance with you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not my type, man. I ain't like light-skinned niggas, man.
Oh, I can use some cake now. Baby. You know what I'm saying? I use some cake, so we go and share. We can share one. We can share one ice cream, 2 spoons.
That's wild, yeah. Yo, you know, See, like, it's like funny because you do the gay game and somebody always goes like, the image in my head of two niggas eating an ice cream is crazy. Like, and niggas over here like just like, oh, here.
Yeah. Listen, you eat the cherry, I twist the stem.
Oh wow. Yo, I had a chick that did that shit, bro. That thing, it messed my head up, yo. I'm like, yo, she wasn't that bright, but she could do that. That's crazy.
Yo, I'm out of here. We ain't gonna be talking down on the world.
Yeah, y'all wild now.
That's how we roll.
Before we get up out this joint.
Last word, man.
Well, before we get up out this joint, gotta give a shout out to T-Shirt Mercenary, official sponsor for PVM. Guys, go get your merchandise. Tap in the DMs for that. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, Positive Vibes Maybe. Subscribe, like, share. Y'all already know the vibes. For my lasting word, I'm gonna follow up what you guys said. You know, trust your intuition and then trust yourself. You know, like you come this way, you establish boundaries, you become this person that your ex decided to try to re-enter your life for a reason. So continue walking your path. Well, I mean, whether you do or don't, you know, continue walking your path. You know, continue being who you are growing and evolving to be. You know. And if your boundaries doesn't allow that person to enter back in your life, stand strong and firm to that, you know. And if it does, hey, grab your parachute and walk with caution, you know.
He says kind of.
Well, because you never know where things might go. Sometimes you might got to jump out that plane, you know, and let that emotional roller coaster go.
Yeah.
I love you, gentlemen. I'm out. You know what I mean? We be back up on this 7 p.m. Sunday, Mom Brown. Much love to you. Dash, I love you, fam. I'm out of here.
Jeide, I love y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all night, y'all vices, y'all everything. We see y'all Sunday at 7, and we do this all again. It's been Positive Vibes, maybe. Y'all enjoy your night.